Hi everyone, today I'm going to be cooking one of the most loved dishes throughout India. Well, I don't know much about the southern part of it, but definitely in the northern part. Chhole Bhature, and let's see how we can make this dish with as less fuss as possible. First up, you need chickpeas soaked overnight. You can take about 2 cups of chickpeas or 3 cups of chickpeas depending on the number of people you want to feed. And then once it's soaked overnight, put them in a boil. Take a pressure cooker, put about a pinch or like 3/4 teaspoon of baking soda, a teaspoon of salt, and you need to put tea bags, a couple of tea bags, or if you don't have tea bags like I don't, you can take a piece of clean cloth, put some tea leaves in it and put it while you pressure cook your chickpeas. The entire process will take about 10 to 15 whistles, after which your chickpeas should be ready. Remember, when you take off the steam and take it out of the heat, you should be able to easily mash your chickpeas with your fingers. While that cooks, in a separate bowl, take flour or maida, whatever you call it, make a well in it and pour in about 2 tablespoons of yogurt, a teaspoon of sugar, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Then you'll need some oil. I am using about 1.5 tablespoon of oil. You can adjust according to your wish. And to make it, to turn it into a nice firm dough, you will need about 1.5 cups of water to 2 cups of water. You need to keep adjusting that according to your how your dough is being prepared. Once your dough is almost done, you need to slather on some more oil and keep stretching it and rolling it back till it's nice and firm yet soft. So it should be bouncy, like when you try to poke a hole into it, the area should bounce back into normal. Now once it's like this, cover it and set it aside for at least an hour, or if you can keep it for 2 hours, nothing like it. Meanwhile, we can start preparing the rest of the dish. Now generally the chhole bhatures served in Delhi especially, the bhature has a paneer stuffing inside. It's not exactly a stuffing but kind of a hint of paneer with coriander leaves. Now this is how we make that. We take some cottage cheese, if it's crumbled up, the best, or you can take some normal cottage cheese and crumble it up or crush it up. Add some salt into it, a little bit of red chili powder and some coriander leaves. Give it a quick stir and keep it aside. Now let's move on to our chhole. I have chopped up about 4 big tomatoes and couple of green chilies. These need to go into the blender. Now if you do not have ginger paste separately done with you, then I would suggest you can put in a nice big chunk of ginger into the mix. Now we'll take a nice big kadhai and heat it up and pour in some vegetable oil. You do not want the harsh smell of the mustard oil, so I suggest you use some nice vegetable oil. We will add some cumin seeds. I love the splutter of it. And then we'll add some slit up green chilies and all of the dried masalas. We'll add about a teaspoon of red chili powder. I'm using the color variety. If you want the spice and heat variety, use the spicier red chili powder. I'll use some coriander powder, a teaspoon of asafoetida or hing, and let the spices cook in the oil for about a minute. Now it's time to put in the tomato blend that we had pureed up, and I'll add in the ginger paste, and you need to cook that till the oil starts to separate from the gravy. Now you see the oil has started to separate from the gravy. Now I'll turn the heat to a complete low and then add in a teaspoon of amchur powder. Or if you have, you can add pomegranate paste or powder, also known as anardana. And I'll add about 3/4 cup of yogurt or dahi to the gravy. Now you need to keep the heat really low here because you do not want your yogurt to split and turn into paneer. After cooking it for about a minute, add in some thinly sliced ginger. Now this recipe does have a lot of ginger, If you do not like ginger, then start liking it, because chhole bhature is awesome. And then add about 2 cups of water and bring that to a boil. Now would be a good time to add your seasonings. Add salt according to your taste before dropping in all your boiled chhole. Remember to take out the tea leaves or the tea bag. Now cook your chhole till the water has been reduced to your satisfaction. Some people like a lot of gravy, some do not. So keep in mind what you and your family like. And then once your gravy is almost done, sprinkle in your garam masala, add about a couple of teaspoons, and then add in some freshly cut paneer or cottage cheese. The fresher your cottage cheese is, the better it is for your chole. The trick to cooking good paneer is cooking it for nothing more than a minute, because that is when your cottage cheese is completely fresh and tastes really nice and soft. Now turn off the heat, sprinkle in some coriander leaves, and finish it with a dollop of ghee. You can skip that step, completely optional, and your chole is ready. So let's move on to making those bhaturas now. I have divided the bhatura dough and made it into small balls of dough that I can easily stuff some paneer into and roll them out to make my bhaturas. Now the easy way to do this would be to pinch out a little bit of dough from your main ball of dough of the bhatura, stick it into the paneer mixture and roll it back onto your ball of dough before flattening it out. Now that my bhature balls are ready, I can start flattening them out or rolling them out before I deep fry them. Remember to generously apply oil on your rolling pin as well as the surface where you roll out, and then start making your bhatures. They do not have to be an exact brown, it does not matter at all. Now get your oil and kadhai ready. Since it has to be deep fried, make sure both your oil and the kadhai both are really heated up well. Then slide in the bhatura and fry them up on both the sides. Repeat the process for all your bhature till you get all of them ready. And voila, the chole and your bhature, both of them are ready. If you liked the video, do not forget to hit like and subscribe to my channel for more such delicious recipes. For now, serve your chole bhature hot with some achari mirchi and onions. Bon appetit!